if you can hear me. I have no clue what's going on. Oh, Shady J in the house. Can you hear me? Oh, yep, I see my mic is working now, I think. And I have really bad... Oh, oops, I need to mute. No clue what's going on. Shit. Okay, hold on. Oh, Shady J in the house. Can you hear me? Oh, yep, I see my mic is working now, I think. And I have really bad... Okay. All right. Now, how are we doing now? Does that sound better? Oops. Dang it. This should not be this difficult. Oh, okay. I think I get too loud because my ears are always, my allergies are so bad. So, okay, Shady J, you can hear me. Am I too loud? Am I too... Okay, I sound good. Well, I don't sound good. I sound muffled. Oh, that could be my fan. Maybe I'll turn my fan off. What's up, girls? We'll wait. I'll give it a few or get some other people in here. And I will turn off the fan. Oh, thank you, Matt. I don't sound as good as you because you have a freaking awesome voice. If I know Shady J, I think you caught that live that Matt came on. Was that last week with TB? He's got an awesome voice. Awesome. Sounded great. And I just set up a second screen. Well, it's like a 32-inch TV that I never use, so I have that. So I'm trying to figure out, just get comfortable with the two screens, and I kind of feel like I'm at work and I know what to do on what screen at work, but now I have to figure it out here. So oops. Okay, what is going? Everything's still okay? Jeez. Okay. But anyway, there is some new information about Doug Haig that I thought I would share with you. And then if we want to just chit-chat, I did actually put an end time on this stream for 2:30 because I have got some other stuff I've got to do and I need to get some sleep. So I just don't, it just seems like we can go and go and go. And I don't want to be still sitting here at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So even though I love you guys and I miss you guys, and I've just been having like, I'm on the struggle bus today. Just, I don't know. Couldn't get motivated to do anything or concentrate to do anything. So Jen G in the house. What's up? My goodness. I really want to get my chat on the other screen, but it's not letting me. Oops. So, anybody have anything that they want to talk about real quick before we talk about Doug Haig? Oh, Shady J's got drinks. If I drank, I would be drinking right now, but I don't drink, so maybe. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jen G. I despise my voice. I apologize. I don't have a cool Paladin or Matt Gilmore voice. I wish I did. I really, or a cool KL voice. I just don't have it. So I apologize. And like right now, my allergies are like, oh my gosh, they are horrible. Just horrible. So that doesn't help. Oh, thank you, Genji. I appreciate that. So there's another live stream going on right now that, oh my gosh, I caught part of it, and exactly, Shady J. Well, I thank you, Genji. I was getting this live set up, so I just turned the volume down, and had it on my iPad, and I'm like, what the hell? And I kind of figured out that's what happened. Oh, hey, analyst. Truth Seeker. Oh, thank you for coming to my live. Weren't you just having so much fun over in the other one? Come on now. Got people falling off stools and everything else. Oh my gosh. And now this is really bugging me. I really want to switch what I have on my big screen, or my bigger screen, which is the chat right now, to put that on my little laptop screen. And I don't know if it's going to let me. It just seems difficult. Okay, I moved what I had on my laptop. Now I'm going to try to move you guys over here. Oh, it worked. I think, yes. Cool. NServe's one of his guests fell off the stool and spilled his drink, I believe. You get 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And just that persona of, yeah, do your job, Connor. Jeez. I mean, he was so rude, and no, the other one, Jen. The other one. Actually, the one that you just said, I mean, for the most part, has been pretty respectful from what I heard. Other than his little stupid, giving 10 the password to 10's original channel, whatever. They can F off, but other than that, he hasn't been over the top as far as from what I listened, but I stopped listening. Kip, hey, you're not going to get booted here, buddy. I don't think. Unless you step out of line. Farmers. Right, Matt? I mean, geez. I think he did spill his drink and fell off his stool. Which, I mean, who can't laugh at that? Who cannot laugh at that? And it's just like, that's classic. Classic. Oh my gosh, Truth Seeker, that's kind of scary. Dustin, hey, what's up? I mean, he sounded like he wasn't over the top, histrionic, dramatic bullshit like, hey, is there any way I can do this out in the cemetery, I mean, like, come on. So I'm glad you're here, farmers. And I saw you be able to go back in the live, and I don't think that I love you too. I don't think you got kicked out again, and you shouldn't have gotten booted. You, Kip, and True Seeker, none of you should have been booted at all, but somebody had a hammer, and Truth Bomb, hey, somebody had a hammer, and they just used it, and pissed. I mean, NServe was pissed. Love you, Truth Bomb. Oh, God. Yeah, he is plastered. Yes, Dustin, it has been a long time. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. But yeah, I'm like, my allergies are freaking horrible, but and really the only really, Maroon 5, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Yes, and NServe was very clear with his instructions, but Daryl was so freaking hammered, man. Oh, Jen, I mean, as soon as he came on, I was like, yep, he's hammered. He is hammered. And just disrespectful, I thought. Yeah. And um I had a thought, but I don't know what it was. Sleep Dep. So that was just, yeah, as soon as he came on, I was like, oh boy, they're in for a ride. Oh, part of the reason why I went on that live was just to see Capone. So, I am really super duper still missing Imus, and I think it's been like 2 weeks now. I don't know, the 30th. Yeah, so it's been like 2 weeks, but it's still, man, I'm still struggling with it. So yeah, well, True Seeker, I mean, it's pretty, like Secrets couldn't talk, he wouldn't mute, it wasn't going well. So, but he can have his last hurrah, which, I mean, I hope it's his last hurrah, but how many times have we heard that? But whatever. And really, my live tonight is not to talk about that shit, because it's not relevant. He's not worth it. And let him do his thing. Let him go do politics. Really, I mean, if you're into that, and if you're into him, he will do a very good job. So have at it, bud. But yeah, Jen, I unsubbed from NServe a long time ago. Every once in a while I might pop in there, but like tonight, some of the stuff he did was fun. Like, he does funny stuff, and he is funny. But it seemed there for a while, it's like, I really don't need an hour of all NServe goofy skits, before your guest comes on. I don't have time for that shit. So, oh, they timed out IK and Kathy. Jeez. Shady J. I mean, when you guys hear me hit the floor, oh, you just had 8 puppies, farmers. Oh, man. Everybody keeps saying I need to get a puppy, but I'm not ready. Yeah, sleep. I found it. What's today? Well, it's technically Sunday, Saturday. I think I found it Thursday. So we will. I don't even know how many people I got in here, but we will get going on that here. Let me check. I don't know why I can't tell how many people I have, but whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Sleep. I don't know. It's now now they're saying the trial is going to be sometime in August. But basically, what Haig is saying now is he's worried about juror bias, and he wants a trial by judge only. And it sounds like the judge is not going for it. Right, farmers? I know. I mean, I know. I'm just not ready yet. But man, I'm like it's been lonely without that big goofball around. So, but yeah, I'm not ready yet. So, but you know what I've been doing? I have been binge watching like golden retriever puppy videos. And I don't know. I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. So usually every day I catch like a puppy video or something. So that's been helping a little bit. And they're just, ooh, they're so cute. So, all right. Let's look at this Doug Haig thing. And like I said, I just set up another screen tonight. So now I have to figure out how to screen share if I want to use my other screen. But I will figure it out. Hopefully. Screen 2. Well, that's easy. Jeez. Okay. All right. I think I'm screen sharing. No? Oh, no. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me see here. I will get better at this, I promise. Oh my gosh. Is it? Oh. No. Yes, I am. Okay. All right. So, like I said, he fears juror bias. So he's asking to be tried by a judge. But the federal magistrate is recommending that they deny the request because they think that they can ensure an impartial trial. Before the last time he was in court, he wanted no mention of the Route 91 shooting because that would be prejudicial. I don't know how, what was decided on that, but he just, this has been going on for quite a while. He's tried to change the circumstance of his court case twice now because of bias concerns. And then, I forgot he asked to be tried in Arizona instead of Nevada. I had forgotten. That must have been the first argument that he had. But that was denied. So I believe then the second was that that the Route 91 attack not be mentioned. And now he just wants to be tried by a judge. And he also asked that the case just be dismissed, arguing that the statute he's accused of violating is unconstitutionally vague. So they have to make the decision on whether he can just be tried by judge. Now he's got some issues with the admissibility of the tool mark evidence, which obviously that's the evidence that they're going to present to about the reloaded rounds. But it was determined that none of his ammo was supposedly used that night, correct? And I need to get to my chat. I believe. Now, there's more to Haig, I believe. And I can't remember who I was talking to, probably Kale. But obviously at the time that this happened, we didn't know that he existed or was, anything to do, that they had found anything to do with him in the hotel room. And I can't remember what PDF release it was. It could have been, we had the first two big PDF releases. Then we had that one that was like just a couple months ago. I think it could have been in that one. But I remember seeing something where Or no, I'm sorry, I hate this, I talk to myself, but maybe it's in the shooting warrants, because when it's saying about how they found the box, the Amazon shipping box, they cross out the name, and they talk about Mary Lou, but they're talking about that person, which at the time those first warrants came out, we didn't know who Doug Haig was, but they were talking about firearm charges that this person had in California. So obviously, again, at the time, we couldn't put two and two together because we didn't know who it was. So I think there might be a little bit more to Haig, and obviously his what he does in his career and who he works for. All that stuff's interesting. Yes, Haig is very smart. He is not a dummy. He's not a dummy. Maroon 5 may have a point there. I mean, obviously Haig is not stupid. He knows. But this, you guys might not agree with this, but this is how I've always felt about Doug Haig. Not saying that what he was doing with that ammunition was not wrong, because obviously I don't think he was supposed to be doing what he was doing in some aspects without being licensed with that ammo. However, they knew about Doug Haig from day one. They knew that night. They knew October 2nd because of that box that had his name and his address on there. They went and spoke to him very soon after. I mean, it could have been the 3rd, the 4th. I can't remember. However, they did nothing. They did not charge him. They didn't do anything until when they were going to court to try to deny the information, the documents, body-worn camera, all that stuff from being released. That's when all of a sudden, boom, they throw out, well, there's a federal investigation. Like, what? Who? And everybody thought it was Mary Lou, or a lot of people thought it was Mary Lou. I did not think it was Mary Lou. But I thought they threw that out as a Hail Mary to stop the release, to stop the release of the body-worn cameras and the documents. That was their Hail Mary. Well, it didn't work. And then I think it was the Review Journal that, actually it was the court that didn't redact his name. And so his name got out there. And then once his name was out there, they couldn't not do something with him, because now everybody knows about him. Had that not happened, though, had his name not gotten out there, or they tried to, pull their bullshit in court, honestly, I don't think he would have been charged, because when was he initially charged? I can't remember now, but, it was months. It was months after. So to me, it wasn't like they were doing some big, huge investigation on him, I don't believe. I mean, they pretty much knew what within days. So in some ways, I think he kind of got screwed pretty hard on this whole deal. But again, I'm not condoning him doing something outside the law either, as far as with the ammunition. So, and then it just dawned on me that I remember reading something about whoever was that name that was redacted, that, and it said has guns, had previous firearm charges in California, and it has to be Doug Haig. So I don't know what that was all about. I don't know. I just don't know. But it couldn't have been anything super duper like felonious or anything, or he wouldn't be he wouldn't be working at Honeywell. He wouldn't be in the position. He wouldn't be doing what he's doing. So, yes, sleep debt. And I think it was within those warrants was that stuff. But it looks like his trial is set to start in August. So whether that be by jury or by judge, or will it get postponed again? Because he seems to be doing a pretty good job at, postponing it. So, hi, LMP. How are you doing, girl? Oh, and if you hear something growling, it's obviously not my dog. It would be my stomach. So, Duke Robotics video. No, I have not. Yes, the analyst. In the last PDF release, there are victims' full names, first and last name. Like, they're like, we're freaking over this. Like, I know we had the gala, we got cake, we got ribbons, but I'm done redacting this shit. Like, KL, hey. Hey, I left an invite and hangouts for you. If you would like to come on, you're more than welcome. And you too, Truth Bomb. I'm sorry. I should have said that earlier. But yeah, that last PDF release, really, the redaction was they missed quite a bit. So, oh wow, Little Monster Pants, yes. So she lives near Haig. The Night's Watch. Hello. Okay, KL. Is Truth Bomb still in here? I thought he was in here. Where'd he go? Did he leave me? Dang it. So that's my Doug Haig update. And I don't even know how I ran across it, because I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Review Journal, I refuse to subscribe and give any money to Sheldon Adelson. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. So, oh, hey, Matt. Okay. Give me a few here. Because, before, like when all this happened, I would get to work, boom, first thing I would do is check the Review Journal every day. But then when they started, when they did this subscription thing, like now I don't even check it anymore. No, I have not, KL. I have not, because I have. Was it Craig? Was August of 2018 when he was charged? Really? Seems like, wow. I am losing my train of thought. I am so sorry. That's how I've been all day. Like, I cannot concentrate today. I've been really struggling, so I apologize. But the Federal Firearms Act, Violation Act, yes, KL. There at one point, I think that's just a throwaway thing, and I don't think it. Maybe it does, but I don't think it has shit to do with. It's the fuel tanks, but I don't know. Well, if that's what TB wants to do, I guess he can, but jeez. Okay, Craig, that sounds okay. He was indicted in August. I want to say it was probably February or March, maybe, when they charged him. Yes, I know. I didn't mean to make it sound that way, KL, if I said it that way. I'm just like, I meant that I think they're maybe bullshit charges is what I was trying to say. So, but yeah, I still don't, because I don't, when I look, I went through and found the, um, the Firearms Act and which one was the violation, and I could not correlate anything to that. But that's me, and I'm not an expert in that at all. Why were they set up compost? I didn't know. Please, we're upset. Yeah, they said that when they were in the suite below 130 on 31 135, and I don't know who says, somebody says effing compost. So okay, Al, you better drive fast, get home, girl, because I'm not doing too good here on my own. Matt, I could I can messenger, yeah, I could messenger the um, Hangouts link, I believe. How would somebody love to hear like a freaking awesome voice that's way better than mine? Would you guys like to hear from Matt Gilmore? I'm sure everybody's like, yes. And I hope I'm not being too loud. Let me know because my ears are plugged, so I have no clue. Sleep, that I'm like, what? Is that? So did they find that one and the one that was supposedly still in his head? I don't know. All right. Is Matt still here? Because he said he would come on, but now I don't see him. So, what the heck? Oops. And I have to remember that I'm screen sharing. But I think Doug Haig has like some crazy eyes, though, I will say. I think Doug Haig has crazy eyes. Well, I am going to email him the link or messenger him the link. If I can figure out how to do this. I'm just feeling really discombobulated here. So I apologize. Oh, this laptop. Well, I hope everybody else's weather is better than mine. Well, True Seeker, you're probably had some crappy weather. I mean, Thursday night on my way home from work, I literally had to turn the heat on in my car. That's how cold it was. I made chili last night and it was damn good. That's how cold it's been. So, but now, like I went outside a little while ago and I'm like, dang, it's all freaking muggy and stuff. So it's not cold anymore. Now it's muggy. Like, geez. And yesterday was a gorgeous day, of course. Not the weekend, I'm at work all day, but oh well, I don't want to complain. Okay, so I am going to messenger. I think I can do this like this. I don't know. I'm going to messenger him the link. Did it work? Maybe I can. Yes. Okay. All right. So hopefully that will work for Matt. Yeah, right. Yes, it's just crappy. My son is up in oh God, I was going to say is Lake Otsego, not Lake Oswego, but you know where Lake Otsego is, up up in Gaylord, Michigan. He's up there for the weekend with his dad. And I was like, it's probably going to be a crappy weekend, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful up there, really, no matter what it's doing outside. So, oh my gosh, Little Monster Pants, are you serious? It's 95 and at like 10 till 10. Ugh. Oh, but that's a dry heat. That is a dry heat, right? I don't know what the difference is because I would say that 95 is 95 and it's freaking hot. But like here, the humidity does get, I don't mind the heat, but the humidity just kills me. I hate it. I don't know what it's. My central air just kicked on, so it's warmed up here finally, but yeah, I refuse to turn my furnace back on, but yeah, his dad lives on Lake Otsego Lake, so yeah, yeah. So, but hopefully he caught a lot of fish. Good fishing up there. Okay, I don't know. Matt abandoned me. TB abandoned me. Kale is driving. Um, there was something else that what have I been thinking about? Oh my gosh. What haven't I been thinking about? Thought about a lot today. Oh, nine. Oh, good one. Night's Watch. Yeah, 93. Okay, cool. Cool. Oh, yep. You're here. All right. Um, Jay, I do, but I preface it with, "Oh my God, I'm horrible at responding to my emails." Yes, I'm so sorry. Okay, True Seeker, I did send him the link on Messenger. I did. 75 in northern Nevada. See now, like so weird with two screens. I'm still have to figure out how to utilize these to the best of my ability to do everything I want to do while I'm doing this. But um, yeah, and like I said, I did not want to talk about the other live going on tonight and that crap because whatever. Okay, cool. Matt will be on in a few, and I'm sure that we'll find something to talk about. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Well, I know Sleep mentioned uh, the bullet casing that was found in the body bag of Stephen Paddock. Um, Jay, I will check my. I mean, I can. Did you send it to the Nothing If Not Intense? I will. I forget I even have that, so I just thought about that the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have not checked that for a while. So I will check that either tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow, I promise. So you will get a response from me today, which is tomorrow. But um, yeah, so Sleep was talking about the bullet casing that was found in the body bag of Stephen Paddock, but yet wasn't there a casing in his, like there was no exit wound supposedly. So what's up with that? Did it? I don't know. What are you? What do you guys think? I I thought that was strange. But my brain is not working good today at all. Like I was getting so frustrated. Like I'm just like I can't concentrate. I can't. I can't get one task done. Ooh, really, John? Oh, yeah. He signed a bunch of new bills and stuff the other day, and he there's a snippet of him signing the bump stock band and something else, and he's crying, and he was down there on the strip and blah. I was just like, you are just a snake in the grass, really, dude. Ugh. Actually, probably pull that up real quick. Um, but yeah, he is such a slime ball. Really slimy. Thank you, TS. Yeah, I noticed that in the PDF, and I didn't, I didn't get way into it, but it was weird, I thought. No, I just want to do my, okay. So now it should just be my icon, which I need to do a new icon, well, yes, correct me, please, and especially tonight, because I feel like dirt to dirt, so I apologize. But I did want to get that. I did want to share the Doug Haig information with you, and I was just feeling kind of lonely today too, so it's nice talking to you guys. But one of these days, I really want to do a live, and I actually want to be prepared for it, because it seems like even the ones I schedule, I am such a procrastinator, and it's just who I am. But one of these days, I want to just really be prepared and be like, bomb, 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 on point with my live, but that's not tonight. So if you guys will bear with me, I appreciate it. Where did I see that stupid video of? Probably on the review journal. That's probably when I found the Doug Haig thing. The Sisolak thing was there too. He's just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, yeah, here it is. Boo-hoo. Don't say not responding. Do your job, Connor. There was a video, and I suffered through it, so maybe I'll make you guys suffer through it, of Sisolak. Here's the article, but I swear I watched a video of him actually signing the bills into law. Miss Dawn. Yeah, yep, I'm gonna have my button down and my tie on. Yeah. Oh boy. That's not really comfy clothes, to be wearing when you're falling off stools. I mean, when you're doing the chair drops and the floor plants, you should be like in sweats and a t-shirt. That's more the style for that. So, you know. Where is that stupid video that I watched? take my allergy medicine today? I don't know. Nice watch. Well, that could have happened that way. It could have happened that way. I mean, because, the 35 rounds, supposed rounds that were shot through the door that made 200 strikes throughout the hallway. I mean, so that seems totally reasonable that the Night's Watch scenario could have been totally what happened. Oops, okay. I'm trying to get Matt taken care of here. Yeah. But what was I was watching some goofy old videos today, and oh my hell, there's this comment from Alan Dion that just, it's like so ridiculous. It's hilarious. So we might need to chat about that real quick, but it's just like, really? Did you actually read what you just wrote? Because that's freaking so dumb. Are you kidding me? Just now? Oh my gosh. I still have it going. I'm not paying attention to them at all because I really don't give a rat's behind. Well, I mean, that person that showed up on that live stream tonight that's who he is. That is really who he is. And so they got a taste of it. What we've known for a long time, all along. And I'm wondering if I'm sorry I missed it, Ms. Dawn. But there is something to the full moon. I believe that, yes, for sure. Like, people go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I probably should be doing something right now. How do I get Matt set up in Hangouts? I don't know, because maybe that's what we need to do. And if TB was here, he could help me with that, but he is not here now, is he? No. Yeah, I think it'll probably be up, so I mean, if we'll probably be able to watch it. Thanks, Night's Watch. Is it my birthday? It's my birthday. Yeah, sure, I'll have another one. Oh my gosh. You mean he's passing out, or praying to the porcelain gods? Oh, shit. Well, now he will try to find a way to blame that shit on us, but let me tell you, that was all on him. Oh, Ms. Dawn, really? Shit. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Pat's in the house. Woo woo. Okay, so who, oh, uh, on TV's live stream last night. Farmers. Oh, wow. That must have been pretty epic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I almost want to watch it right now. Um, Rewind, as Truth Seeker would say. Um, but when on TV's live last night, Leoski was in there. Now, I saw somewhere today where he was saying that somebody spoofed him and that wasn't him or whatever. I don't know. I mean, and he really didn't get out of line, I don't think. I tried not to pay too much attention to him. Oh, but, oh my gosh, I guess I'll have to. Um, so I don't know. Was it just really him over there trying to blow sunshine up our asses, or did he really get spoofed? I don't know. Wow. Okay. Well, if you guys don't mind, if you want to chat amongst yourselves for a few minutes while I have got to grab like something to eat because like my stomach is just growling. Um, oh, geez. Um, I'm gonna mute you guys. Chat amongst yourselves. I'm gonna grab a sandwich, and I'm gonna rewind a few and just I have to watch this. Oh, I know, Kip. It's it is it is just something to behold. Uh, yes, he is Night's Watch. So I'm gonna mute and grab a sandwich and try to catch that real quick. And I've got to figure out something for Matt because I don't think going through Messenger is working. Okay. Oh, he's having issues. Okay. Now I need to find where I'm. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Enough of that, but uh, that will be my Sunday afternoon laugh tomorrow. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, trying to get mad. I just need him to message. Oh, okay. I've got it. Duh. All right. I'm working on getting mad in here. And I feel better now that I have something to eat. So we are going to get this thing a rolling. And it looks like Smokey's trying to get Secret Safe with You to go live, but whatever. Okay, Matt. Oops. You know, I wish I had a bunch of kitschy old stories like that old fart, like I saved a man's life with my fingers, but I don't, so sorry. Oops, okay. All right, so Matt, if you're out there, I just sent you an invite, I believe. Maybe? Well, I didn't send you the link yet, but maybe I can do that right now. Oh, you wouldn't think that this would be that complicated, but oh my gosh. It's a little... Yeah. It's a little more complicated than you would think. It's a little more complicated than it needs to be, I think. Okay. Now, where am I at? Okay. Now, I just sent him, Matt, the link again. So hopefully this will work. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this will work for Matt. KL, I don't know. Has she been in? I don't know where TB went. He's probably over on NZERS live. But now I'm doing this pop-out chat, but it's really not helping me. I don't know. I should just be looking at my chat on my iPad. And why I can't think of anything to talk about right now. It's pissing me off. Because usually I have a million things going through my head, but... Shady J, you in and out? Well, you need to be more in than out. Okay, girl? At least give me that. Yes, it did. It was portrayed as he was at death's door and he needed that money like now. That's how I took it, which I don't believe is the case. Okay. Well, IK, it's just, they take anything that they can find that any one of us says and just exaggerate it into something that that's totally not what it was. And they just twist and twist. And so, I mean, I'm at the point now, like, I don't give a crap what I say because it doesn't matter. They're going to twist it into what they want to shout about us anyway. So it really doesn't matter because it's just rhetoric, and we don't want to do. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna mute for a second. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm clicking. Hello, Matt. Oh, did I not? Oh, oh, okay. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Matt. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Is he in the live? Oh, Shiza. No, he's not here. Okay. Let me try this one more time. Okay. Oh, you can still. Oh, we are still on a video call? Oh, I cannot hear you at all. Can you click? If you can hear me, click on the link that I just sent you in Hangouts. And you might have to hang up from this call and go back in. Or, well, no, if you click on that link, it should just take you there, I think. I'm not good at this stuff. But I can't hear you. Hey guys, sorry, I'm still working trying to get Matt on. I don't know why. Don't know why the I don't know why the link's not working. So you'd rather hear my crappy voice than crickets? uh, I have got to upload a that screenshot of. I mean, I'm just gonna go for it. This Alan Dion comment is like, oh my hell, it's just freaking hilarious. But and I'm working on, and I'm not gonna put a lot of time into it, and it's not gonna take me that long. But he had a question for me. What have I ever been right about? Well, I'm going to have an answer for him, and it's going to be a list of the shit that I've been right about. So I need to do that like soon, because I have been way more right than that fool will ever think about being. And this is a prime example. I mean, a prime example of that. If I can find this, upload it. It's really bumming me out that I can't get Matt on here. Well, no, he says the link's not working. I've never had that problem before. I mean, I'm not the greatest at this, but usually the link works, and you know, whoever gets on, like KL and TB and those guys. Oh, what was after that, I think? Oh, Truth Bomb. Hey, I am Matt. I'm trying to get Matt Gilmore on, and he's saying the link won't work. It's not working. I don't know why, because I've never had a problem with like you and KL. I know, I saw that Truth or Farmers. Yay! So maybe he can help me get Matt on, or maybe he wants to come on too. That would be okay with me. Okay. Oh God. Oh. Well, I found this, what I was looking for, that we need to discuss. Okay. Thank you, TB. I appreciate it. I can pop the link back in if you need me to. But I sent it to him like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. And I think we're on a call, and I don't know. I don't think we want to be, but I think he needs to hang that up. I'm not sure. Oh, I might as well upload this one too. Crap. Who's a mongoloid? What? Okay, I think I missed something in chat, but maybe we don't even need to go there. Night's Watch, the puppet thing. Yeah. Oh. I'll try not to fall off my chair, TB. I promise. Promise. Shit, that was something. That was something. He went out with a bang, that's for sure. But did he really go out? Probably not. like I said, I just,
Hello?
just go do your thing, dude. Everything will be copacetic.
Nini, can you hear me? Nini? Holy fuck, this isn't working
Yes,
at
little
all.
monster pants, he did, and I believe Matt accepted, but I don't know if it's been set up or what it's going to be about, but yes. Yes, you hear my little mouse clicking and stuff. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
It's
I
working.
know, nice
Hello?
watch. Well, because it's all about him, He
Hello?
loves to hear himself fucking talk. Okay, where's the shit?
Hello? Nini?
You hear Matt? I don't hear Matt.
Hello?
Seriously? How can you guys hear Matt and I can't hear Matt?
Are you muted?
In the what? So must be me the whole time. But I don't. Oh, I see him, but I don't hear him. But you guys hear him. That's weird.
Fuck me and a half.
TB, are you coming in too, please? I don't know why I can't hear Matt. Huh. Well, that is weird. Hold on. Maybe. That's weird. Oh,
fuck me and a half.
Whoops. No, don't want to do that. I want to hear Matt. Huh. Well. Okay, wait. I know. I can fix this. I know. I think. I know what I need to do. Okay, so I need to go here and I need to have this sucker. Okay. Now. Okay. Can you. Okay. I can hear you now. That was my bad. Oh my gosh. How are you? Good. I'm so sorry. That's so did TB somehow do whatever? His magic and now you're here. Well, he was like, "Oh, let me see if I can help you with this Matt thing." I was like, "Please do." And then all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, I hear Matt." So thank you, TB, whatever you did. Oh, seriously, nice watch. I think you're screwing with me. He's like, "We can't hear him now." Oh, I doubt it because I can hear him. So I'm pretty sure you guys can hear him. So what's been going on, Matt? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I saw where oh shit, now I guess they're saying they can't hear you. Well, yeah, no, they can't. Oh my god. No, I can hear you. That's weird. Oh my gosh. Huh. They can't hear you. Uh-huh. Okay. And I was like, oh, you guys are just screwing with me. Huh. Okay. Hold on. Let me get in here. Oh, jeez. Man, oh man. No, that's not where I want to be. Hmm. Well, now I don't see you on the live anymore, so they probably can't hear you. That is weird. But I was just, okay. Huh, that is weird. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now on the call that we've been on forever, where I was like, I can't hear you. So you hang up this call. Hang up on this call. Okay. Well, just hang up and then we'll try to have TB figure it out. But I think we have to hang this up first to be able to do anything. Okay. Just so hang up and then I'll have TB work on it if I can find him again. Okay. Okay. TB. Okay, so yeah, we were on a different call. And I was like, oh, I can hear him now. But I don't know why that link won't work. I know. Where did he go? Is he back over on NServes? Somebody needs to go grab his butt over there. Tell him I need help.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh, hey, I don't know why the link is not working for Matt.
Tell Matt to check his email. I sent it to his email.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Because I had sent it through Messenger, and then I sent it through Hangouts, but then he called me on Hangouts, and we were on a separate call, and I don't know. Okay.
It was probably a separate call because
we couldn't
hear it all.
It was. Yeah. Okay, so
if he checks his email, I sent him the actual link, like I just clicked in, so he should be fine.
Cool.
I can't stay on because I have like 6% battery and it will die.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. I just told him to check his email, so hopefully that will work. But glad you popped in for a moment anyway. So.
Oh, I've had a blast tonight. I have not laughed so hard in my whole entire life.
Well, like I said, I mean, as soon as he came on, I was like, oh, here we go, because it was drunk Daryl. Okay. Oh, man.
Hey, I tried to tell everyone there was two Daryls. I did.
Yes, there is. People are asking you to speak up a little bit, TB.
Okay, give me a second. It's my headphones. Hold on a second.
TB.
How about now? That better?
Oh, yep, that's better. That is better. It's better for me. I mean, just because I can hear you doesn't mean anybody else can, though, apparently.
Well, being on here, I can't watch the chat, so.
Yeah, I think you're okay now. Okay, I don't know what the issue has been with Matt tonight, but yeah, Smooth Bone says it's much better.
It's not you. It's a Google thing. I had the same thing when I did the Turbo Live.
Right.
I mean, I had all kinds of issues, and I mean, I know Hangouts like the back of my hand.
Right. Well, see, I don't, but I've never really had a problem other than I forget to hit like start broadcast, because I know I was sitting here talking for 3-4 minutes, and I'm like, oh shit, I never started the broadcast. So I was sitting here talking to myself, but I like me, so that was okay. But
well, I like you too.
Well, good, thank you. Yeah, I was kind of intrigued with what was going on over there, but I didn't have the energy to get in the chat or anything. So
I did. I couldn't help myself. At one point, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, wow, you really are going to go out with a bang, aren't you?
Did you send it through Proton Mail? Matt is asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent it to the one that me and him spoke.
Okay. Yeah, because that was a different address I think that I have, but it should. I mean, if the link worked fine for you, I mean, you popped right on there, but Farmers is telling you to plug your damn phone in. Are you still at the lake or?
Yeah, I'm still at the lake.
Are
I was actually in the bed, and I got text messages from farmers saying, "Nene needs your help."
Oh, thank you, TV. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. Now,
no, I wasn't asleep. I was still over there laughing.
Now, today when I set this live up, I actually put an end time on it, and it's at 2:30. So does that, like, have you ever put a stop time on a live? I don't know how that works.
Hell no, you watch my lives? I figured my iPad would die last night.
I know. And I was just like, dude, I cannot be sitting here still at 5 o'clock this morning. I can't. I have to get some sleep and stuff. So I just wonder, like, I just am curious to see what it does, if it just shuts it down, if it'll just shut it down at 2:30, or if it gives you an option to, you know, like, oh, just 5 more minutes, or like hitting your snooze on your alarm clock. I don't know, but
you know what's gonna happen, right?
What?
It's gonna come 2:30, and you ain't gonna realize it was shut down, and you're gonna talk to yourself for
oh gosh, that I could see that happening. But no, I'm kind of like totally like, I have stuff I need to do, and I need to sleep tonight, so I'm kind of clock watching. But I think I need to talk. I just have got to talk about this this Alan Dion comment that is just freaking
rock pile.
Hilarious. Oh my gosh. So let me screen share. This Hangouts thing is too complicated sometimes. I mean, it really isn't, but yet it seems it can be. But it's nice on the other screen, I think. So.
Oh yeah, if you actually, I will if you need me to help you with the second screen, man, the second screen makes Hangouts so much easier.
Yeah, well, I have. Oops, dang it. Oh, what screen is it? I wanted it to share my second screen. You know, and like I said, I have it down pat at work, like what I do on each screen, you know, but I just haven't been able to get the groove of it yet tonight with this, and I think I might be sharing the wrong screen. I don't know.
Did he text you back? He should be able to hit that link and just pop on in.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Well, he just emailed me, so let's see what he says.
Okay, I don't know why this is not working right. Let's try this again. There we go.
He's saying he keeps getting a message that says he has to clear his cookies, but he can't do it for some reason. I heard something.
Hello?
Oh, is that you, Matt?
I hope it is, unless it's somebody else.
You got your camera on.
Can YouTube land hear you?
Hold on, let me.
Okay, they can hear Matt, so.
They can hear.
Finally.
Yep, they can. Yep.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going back to bed. You guys enjoy, and I will finish watching tomorrow.
Okay,
thank you very much,
I appreciate your help.
Anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't fall off any stools, okay?
No, we'll try not to.
I've got my seatbelt on. I'm good. Oh, whoops. This is actually the wrong. Oh, well. This is a kind of a funny one, too, but this is not funny like Alan Dion's is funny. This is like, we don't even need to discuss this, so we're not gonna. This is not the one I wanted to be on. Just give me a minute, Matt. I just want to go. today when I noticed this, I was just like, this is the thing that pisses me off about this guy.
Who are we speaking of?
Alan Dion. And I'm just quickly, I just want to look at this one comment. Because these are the things that I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? So whatever video this was, this guy comments, hey, that front door is not in two halves like it is in the photo. It's two full doors. So he's talking about the dummy door on 32-135.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Alan's response. Correct. They took the door off its door closure hanger a bit later. You can hear them doing that, meaning the police and stuff, in the video at 13:09, like in body worn camera. I don't think so. And then it was dropped on the ground at that point, and they likely walked over it several times before it was moved out of the way. Now, mind you, he is talking about the freaking door that has the supposed gunshot holes through it.
Right.
And he is just saying that the police have likely walked over it several times. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm just like,
that door was hanging by the closure thing.
The closure, yes.
I remember seeing it in the body cam video.
Yes, it was. It was hanging, and then eventually it did come down because we do have the pictures where it's laying flat.
Right.
But then for him to say, oh yeah, you can hear them taking the door closure hanger off, which no, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
I mean, because it's still on in the other pictures, even when it's in two pieces.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's just like, that's the shit that comes out of this guy's mouth. And he has balls to say, what have you ever been right about, Nene? So I was just like, but that is so ridiculous to me. It's funny. It's more funny than anything. Because, yeah, I'm sure the police they're just going to be, walking over there, like that's their bridge to get from the room to the hallway is the door. That's evidence.
Well, they could certainly walk through that other door, which they did.
Right.
I mean, because both doors were open, even though the one was falling off the closure.
Right. And I don't know if he's saying, like, you can hear them taking it off the closure. Like,
no, they weren't doing that.
I don't think so. So I don't know why.
There's no evidence that they did do that. It could have fallen off by itself, maybe.
Right, because it was
blast.
Right, and there was a lot of traffic in and out of there. So
right.
Yes, I do. And I don't want to be that other person that sits back and like talks about themselves all the time and how much they know and what they've done and how right they've been and blah blah blah. But at a certain point, it's like, dudes, I have been right about a few things, and some minor things and probably some more major things.
Right.
So for Alan Dion to be like, what have you ever been right about? Excuse me. I know I shouldn't take the bait, but dang. Ugh.
Well, the thing is with people who follow the narrative,
John David,
they're just going to follow it, and that's it. And no matter what you say or what you tell them, they're just going to stick to their narrative, stick to the narrative and defend that. So are they really investigating this? I don't know.
No, because they have their quote unquote their conclusion, or he does, and there's like a select few that are just full on narrative, and that's fine. So I don't understand why you're so worried about what we're doing. If you know what happened and you have your conclusion and you're comfortable with it, then leave us to our work.
Well, exactly. I agree with that. I just don't understand why, whether you're a narrative hugger or, well, I shouldn't say that, but whether you believe the narrative or you're a conspiracy theorist.
Right.
Fine.
Or you shouldn't say that either.
Well, but either way. if you don't believe the narrative, or if you believe the narrative, or you're a conspiracy theorist, then
right,
leave us alone.
Well, or I would say, or that you just believe that it's. I don't even know if you would have to say conspiracy theorist, that you just don't believe the narrative. I mean, well, I don't know.
I mean, I don't believe the narrative. I don't believe Stephen Paddock committed this crime. I mean, there's no evidence to prove it. There's no ballistics.
No, not at all.
The reason why there's no ballistics is because if it really did happen, if Stephen Paddock really did commit this crime, they would show us ballistics.
That's how I feel too. And we have not seen one iota of ballistics.
Nothing.
No.
The FBI has it. Well, the FBI came out with a 2.5-page report of, what's this garbage?
Right.
Pretty much,
right.
And there's nothing else and who knows when any of this other stuff's going to come out. These FOIA requests are going to be delayed for probably years.
Right. Yes. And, I just don't know, because there's no, there's no even gunshot residue, anything like that. There's no evidence. There's no evidence that even a bump stock was even used in this. But yet they banned bump stocks because of this. So they've taken their liberties with some of this stuff.
Well, of course, a lot has been, since all this happened, it has worked in their favor.
Right. Because
I think that's what their whole plan was all along.
They got their, they've got the formula for the money that they receive for Urban Area Security Initiative.
Right.
That they have been literally for years and years and years and years writing letters and going to Washington, getting in front of politicians and begging for this. Boom, it was done.
Yep.
So they got that, and on top of, there was a lot of money that came from this for, the LVMPD and the county itself, and the Clark County Fire Department and the LVMPD and this program and that program, and so that was a benefit. And of course, anything that benefits them benefits the strip hotels, and so it's a domino effect.
Well, that's where all the money's at. You got to figure Las Vegas is probably the richest city in the United States of America.
Right. And that their whole existence relies on tourism.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all the money is coming from.
Yes.
So there's just a whole lot going on there. But yeah, do I think Paddock was some, Mr. Nice Guy, perfect guy? No, I think this dude was into some stuff. I don't know, money laundering, drug trafficking.
You never know. That's a $64,000 question. What if he didn't commit this crime? Then why was he here? What was the reason why?
How did he become that patsy? Because there's got to be a connection somewhere.
Oh, exactly. Because I know he's got some kind of involvement in this, but as far as him committing the crime, no.
Yes,
there's just no proof.
No, there's no proof. I don't see it. And honestly, like I said, some geriatric, 64-year-old dude is not going to be able to do that. Do
you remember that video that they showed back in, I want to say like 2010, 2011, when he was walking through that hotel casino and he slipped and fell?
Yes. Yeah. At the Cosmo.
Okay. Now, after that video, you see another video of him in the back room somewhere of the hotel. And he looked just kind of like he was disoriented and displaced, more or less. Like he kind of looked like a bum.
Yeah, yeah. He had on sweats and some kind of he had flip-flops, sweats.
Yeah, and he just looked like he was just the missing link
disoriented or discombobulated,
right.
or
And then I'm looking at the videos from the hotel from the Mandalay Bay when they released them back in it was March of last year, I think it was, or whenever it was. But anyways, and I compared the two videos, and I'm looking at both of them like, is that really Paddock?
It doesn't look like the same guy, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, guys might think who cares? I mean, I've been called worse than nuts, but I actually think within what MGM released of the CCTV footage, I feel like I see two different.
I would have to agree with you too. I mean,
because I see, and I might have talked about this briefly before, but in some instances, I see a more, like a bigger Paddock, like more aggressive type guy, and then you see this more frail looking dude, and it's just so weird.
Yeah, they just didn't look like the two were the same person.
No, and then at one point there is a bellman that could be Paddock's doppelganger, and he's like he's a couple inches shorter than him, but other than that, like they could be twins. And that freaks me out too, because then I think of that person that's in 135 that's, it's so weird. It's just
there's so many red flags that
thank you, Truth Bomb. I appreciate it.
There's so many red flags in this. It's just every time you turn around, there's another red flag going up.
Yeah. And I know for me personally, and probably a lot of the other people out there, like you start working on one thing and then I get sidetracked with, something else comes up, and then I keep going on that tangent, and it just seems to be the more you find, the more questions you have. You're not I feel like sometimes I'm not getting answers. I'm just finding more questions.
Right.
And it can
exactly.
be frustrating sometimes, but
it's one rabbit hole leads to another one.
Yes. Yep.
That's pretty much what it is.
And then before you know it, you've had your head stuck down a freaking rabbit hole for 18 months. You're like, what happened? What happened to those 18 months?
And that's pretty much where it stands right now.
Right.
We're in a, too many red flags.
Right. And can you believe in just a few months, it's going to be 2 years.
I know.
We're coming up on 2 years now. And so
it's crazy.
It is. And I know the huggers, which I will take credit. I coined the phrase narrative hugger. And I can remember one person who just loved that phrase that doesn't like it now, but
who shall remain nameless.
Yes, who shall remain nameless. That, they're like, well, you haven't found anything in 18 months, blah, 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 blah. Well, what is it to you what I do with my time? Like, don't worry about me.
It's none of their business.
Yeah.
What they do with their time is their business, and what you do with yours is your business.
Right. So sometimes I feel like, and I don't know how to explain this. It's a little weird, but the quote unquote community isn't as big as it used to be, obviously.
No, it has dwindled for one reason or another.
I feel like almost at this point, because of certain things and how they happen and how they continue to happen, that somehow our community now became a part of this too, and it's some type of experiment. Call me crazy, but there is something to this, because if I would have to say that, why do these things that we all deal with on a daily basis keep happening if it wasn't? Maybe there's nothing to it, but there could be. I mean, it could be being monitored to gauge reactions, to gauge, who knows? Who knows? Because I have found some crazy stuff that the government does that, they're not in the documents. It's not saying we're going to do this to the American public. It's saying we're going to do this to the Iranian public. We're going to sway how they think. We're going to do this. This is some crazy shit. But if they can do it to them, why couldn't they try to do it to us? So,
well, I believe they have done it to us already, and they're just leading us on.
Right. And there's a lot of propaganda and out there, and just rhetoric, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't question it a lot, but some days I'm just like, what is going to be the end? What's the end goal here? Or am I ever going to reach a place where I feel satisfied about anything in this? Because right now I still don't, And then I think I've spent all this time, and I am a person that tries to make things work, and that can be, it's a good trait, but it can get you into trouble sometimes too.
Yeah, it can bite you in the ass sometimes.
Right, because you hang on when you should just cut your losses,
Right.
But for me, I always want to make things work. I always want to, and I'm very tenacious. So
well, we all want to find out what happened.
Right.
We all want to find out the truth, the real truth, not just some garbage that they're trying to feed us. We want to find out what exactly happened.
Yeah. I want to know what happened. I'm not drinking their Kool-Aid, and I'm not buying the bag of shit that they're trying to sell me.
Exactly.
So, but it can be, it just, for me personally, can be very frustrating. And then sometimes, like just lately, and I think that's probably just maybe mainly more with, like losing my dog and stuff, like I just like feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. I'm not getting anywhere. But yet, like I found the information on Doug Haig, and I just found the FBI docs. Like I wasn't looking for that. I was researching something else, and I found it.
Right. Well, speaking of your dog, because I had lost my cat. In fact, the picture of you see on my thing here, that this was a cat that I lost, that I had to put down in November of 2017, which was just a couple weeks after the Las Vegas shooting, and I was already involved in that. So the shooting kind of helped me through the loss of my cat. And then not even a week later, my brother gave me his cat because my nephew's allergic to it. So it kind of worked out. So
that worked out good.
Yeah.
That worked out good. But, my daughter was over the other night, and she's like, "Oh, Mom, well, you need a kitten. We've got one. Her name is Linda." I'm like, "No, I don't think so. I'm not ready for that, and I'm not ready, for a puppy, and I've not had a cat in probably 20 years, so I don't know."
Yeah, well, sometimes it just takes time.
But
we'll get over it. And
like I said, I've been watching golden lab puppy videos, and so that helps, and they're just so cute. But
and then eventually you want one.
I miss my guy. Like Imus he was my dude.
How old was he?
He would have been 14 2 days ago.
Oh wow.
Yep.
What kind of a dog was he?
He was a Bouvier.
Okay, I knew somebody that had a dog.
Sheepdog, and really,
black.
Their life expectancy is like 10 to 11 years. So
so he outlived his expectancy. Well, at least he had 14 years with him.
Yeah,
almost. Poor dog.
Yeah, but he was a good one. Yes, Don David. I'm getting back. I have got to get back to my MLD because I've got everything that I need to do. I just need to get it put it together.
That's the other thing, Mary Lou Danley. That's another strange situation.
Yeah. I mean, we have never heard from her. Not one time.
Nothing.
to me, going through her lawyer, having her statement put out through a lawyer, one statement, that's not good enough for me personally.
No, she's got to come out with a statement herself publicly and on camera.
But I mean, she has been handled with kid gloves from the get-go. And to me, I know some people are like, oh, well, she's not even important. But I kind of look at it this way.
No, she is important.
I look at it this way, especially with Rouse and Lombardo. The pattern seems to be whatever they want us to believe, they're going to be out there exaggerating, repeating, and, all that stuff, and making it probably more important than it is. And what the real important stuff is the things that they don't want to talk about, that they want to minimize. And like, they literally wanted to make her disappear. So to me, that means she's important.
Yeah, there's information, and I know this is probably going out on a branch here, but I don't believe Paddock's dead, to be honest with you.
Matt, I have been probably, I would say in the last month or so, that has kind of been on my mind. Now, before people have said it, I was like, oh, whatever. But that's been on my mind because, like when I had a subscription, I got a good deal on a background check thing. Every background check I've done on him, just, in the last month or two, it does not show him as deceased.
Really?
Nothing. No. Not anything that I have seen shows him as deceased. Now, it has been going on 2 years.
Right.
You would think if you do a background on somebody that's been deceased, 16 and 17 months, that would be showing them as
especially deceased. Something like this, a person, a shooting that was, grabbed national attention.
But it doesn't.
All around the world. It
does not. I have not. I have not. True Seeker, yeah, the Atlantic City guy, I don't know. I mean, there's similarities for sure, but
that wasn't, you talking about the one that that video that popped up about a week after the shooting?
Yeah, where he's in Atlantic City.
That wasn't him.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But then they, added on top of it that some crazy helicopter or airplane was flying, like kept circling around where the casino that this person was at. I don't know if that was just all BS or what.
I didn't hear anything about that. Yeah. But at first I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that's a possibility.
Yeah,
but then I'm looking at it again, I'm like,
no. But then to me, again, because it just happened to, I happened to pull that picture up today. The one where he's at that like party or whatever.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That doesn't look like the Cosmo paddock or the Mandalay Bay paddock. That looks like somebody totally different to me too. So I'm like, what the hell? What does this guy really look? Because the one picture that they came out with does not look like his license picture. It doesn't look like the Cosmo guy or the Mandalay Bay guy, if you ask me. So I'm like, who's this dude? I don't know.
Well, actually, his driver's license picture, he kind of looks kind of, I'm not trying to put the guy down, but kind of looks kind of out of place. A little bit.
Yeah, it looks a little, like, worse for the wear, or,
Yeah, like, exactly. I'm trying to find something nice to say about it, but I think,
But there are moments in the MGM footage that he, is like walking strongly, confidently, and then other times when he's like slunched over. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I just so much strange stuff, and then the whole Eric Paddock thing.
Ugh.
It's like, come on, this is a joke. Seriously.
Right. Because
the interview he did with Mike Turber.
Oh, yeah. I'm like disheveled. Yes, Jay Gunderson. That is a good word. I think that's probably the word we were looking for.
What did she say?
She said he looked disheveled.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably a good word to describe.
Oh, little monster pants. Don't even get me started on Campos. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Campos.
Yeah. Effing Campos.
You know, here's what I think about Campos. All right. Now, if you look back in his interview, that he had with not on the Ellen Show, but with the detectives on October 3rd or 4th, one of those 2 days.
Yep.
And when he states that he didn't see the cart in the hallway,
yeah,
that I believe set up a red flag for the LVMPD. I believe that is why, because you were supposed to do all those interviews with, CNN and all those others.
Yeah, there was like 5.
Yeah, that's why they got scrapped, I believe.
Because there was like 5 interviews set up.
Yeah, and they got scrapped. I believe that's how they got scrapped, because of him saying that he never saw the cart in the hallway.
I never thought about that. That's a good point, though.
He wasn't even asked about the cart in the hallway.
No,
he admitted it. He just came out and said, "I never saw the cart in the hallway."
Yeah, and I'm like, how could you not see that cart unless the cart wasn't there? And I will tell you,
that's what I'm thinking, because I
And the other problem that I had, and this is one thing that I will say right now that I believe that I am right about, and that I have been right about for a long ass time. Well, I was on the right track with it, because I always called BS on that L bracket. I always said, no way, no effing way. There was no scanner traffic warning the cops about any L bracket, about any door being, blah, blah, blah. At first, I just thought it's total bullshit. It wasn't even there. But then obviously, when the fit report came out or whatever, oh, well, there's the L bracket. So, okay, it was there. Well, through the course of the document releases, I believe it's Shannon Alsbury's statement, which he's another interesting character.
Is that
he's the
head engineer?
The supervisor,
right,
the
okay.
Supervisor, engineering supervisor. He says in his statement that Jesus tells him that he hears drilling, and it sounds like it's just right on the other side of the door. So I'm like, aha. So I believe that Jesus got there and I believe this wholeheartedly because of the evidence that Mandalay Bay security put that L bracket on that door. And Jesus came up on the other side of it as they were doing it. And that's the drilling that he heard.
Yeah, that would be accurate, I believe.
Because in the Ellen interview, and even in his statement, they are guiding him. Now, you heard drilling. Yes. You heard it from deep within the room. I mean, they harped on that. So
how is he going to hear that when he's when there's 2 doors?
He's in the hallway, in the stairwell, and he's going to hear drilling from deep within the room. So
no, that's impossible.
Like, that is bullshit. But it wasn't until some of the body worn camera where they're like, yeah, security said that they put the bracket on so nobody else could escape. As they're getting into the elevators. Now, we got that guy trapped on the 32nd floor now, right? I don't know, And so, obviously, LVMPD knew that Mandalay Bay security screwed up if they bracketed that door shut. So, they made it into, oh, well, the bad guy did it. And, oh, Don David, that's a good, hey, I never thought about that.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know.
Oh, you can't. Well, Don David is saying.
I would have to pull up my phone here.
Mandalay Bay staff installed the L bracket with tamper-resistant screws, but Don David says he leans towards Jesus actually doing it himself from the wrong side of the door. He believes that he was supposed to do it from the stairwell side. Oh, Don David, holy crap. That makes a lot of sense. Yes. Like Jesus or whomever, for shits and for argument's sake, let's say it was Jesus. He was supposed to put that on the other side of the door and he just like and screwed up. That makes so much sense, Don David. Oh my gosh. I never thought about that. I love you. I've missed you. And he thinks that's why that other security guard says effing Campos while they're in 31-135. Don David, I love you. That makes sense. That is the thing that makes the most sense so far for me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that could make sense.
It makes sense to me. It really does. Because, and I'm sorry, but Jesus doesn't look like, he's no rocket scientist, that's for sure. And if they're like, look, here, we need you to go do this faster, whatever, and he got confused and put it on the wrong side, oh, shit.
Well, but the thing is that I don't think security actually probably did it. Security probably asked engineering to do it.
No, I think security did it because that's what did it? Yes, because that's what they were telling the engineering that's what they were telling Allsbury. Mandalay Bay security was saying, we as Mandalay Bay security put that L bracket on so no one else could escape. And so they couldn't, nobody else could get out of there.
That just seems kind of a cheesy way of doing things, if you ask me.
But I mean,
not that it couldn't happen. It's just
right.
that I've never heard of anybody doing something like that. I mean, if it was really,
and they shouldn't have, but
if the situation was really happening inside that hotel, if it actually happened, I don't believe they would have done that. I believe.
I
because you remember there were two police officers downstairs in an office on an unrelated situation, and then they got interrupted by the shooting, and they ended up going upstairs. So there were officers inside that building when this whole thing allegedly happened inside the hotel. Now,
right.
And then you had the other two officers that were up that had gone in, and they had gone right up to the 32nd floor and met with Campos.
Right.
But then here's the other thing. Where was Shuck at? Because Shuck said, Shuck said in his interview the next night that he met the officers with Campos at the roundabout, and there was that body cam video that showed just Campos and no Shuck. Shuck doesn't appear until 11:46 at night.
And Campos never mentioned Shuck in his statement either.
Well, he never mentioned it when he was talking to the officers either.
No.
So that's
Shuck was to rehabilitate Campos somehow. I mean, how many different timelines, how many different stories did we have? So something went wrong with Campos, and I don't think Campos, he wasn't a shooter. He wasn't, he wasn't involved in anything nefarious, I don't believe. But now I do, KL. I think that maybe that could have been, because nobody would have saw nobody would have saw that L bracket. Like, nobody would have even had to have known about that L bracket if it had been put on that other side. And people that needed to know were informed of it, you know? Or when the officers got there, they could just take it off and go through that door, you know?
Right.
So I think
if it was on the other side of that door, the chances are of it, I mean, because you saw how hard it was for them to open up that door.
I know. Yeah. Like,
if it was on the other side, on the back side of the door, somebody could have pushed their way through hard enough, and that probably would have broken it.
Oh, yeah. But wait a minute now. Hold on. There's no... Yep, you're right, Ms. Dawn. There is no frame there. Yep. We need to back up, Don David. Crap. Because you would not be able to put that L bracket to secure it like that, because the frame is, because it's opening the other way.
Right. There's no frame on the other side of that door.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it was put on the inner frame of the door on the inside.
Yes, there was no frame.
And that would be the strongest point of the door.
Right. Yeah, and it's an L bracket, so it has to have that, that curve to it. Damn it. That made sense to me for a minute. Shit. But it's...
Yeah, it would have been too easy for somebody to kick that door open, and it would have opened. If somebody was trying to escape.
But really, I mean, that L bracket was like, again, it's not going to stop much. And it certainly wasn't going to stop, how they want us to believe that it was there to stop, law enforcement from getting there. No, it was there. It would deter somebody, that was trying to run. I believe that. You're not going to be able to just, it's going to slow you down for sure. But it didn't take much for them to breach that. So I don't know, but in Hayes, I'm sure it's Ellsbury's statement. Like, he basically says that when he's on the phone with Jesus says he is hearing or heard drilling, like, just boom, right on the other side of that door, in the stairwell. So to me, I always thought he kind of got there at the same time as they were putting that L bracket on. But I don't know. And then the two, come on, like the Jesus that's in A Killer on the 32nd Floor, you probably saw that, mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
And the Jesus that we see in Body Worn Camera. To me, that's two different. Those are two different.
From him being on the Ellen show and then seeing him in the hallway mm-hmm. on the 32nd floor,
right?
They look like two different people.
But Ellen show and the Killer on the 32nd Floor look like the same guy to me.
Right.
Yeah.
But the guy on the 32nd floor, who was limping around with his pant leg rolled up, mm-hmm. No, it's
right. So, but I'm calling that I was right on the L bracket, and I've been saying that was some of my first videos saying that I thought Jesus got shot with a BB gun or a pellet gun, but I said on the 29th floor. So I'm going to call half right on that because he did not get hit with anything larger than, he maybe got hit with something, but even him, he's like, I think I got hit with a pellet, and I was like, he got hit with a pellet.
Yeah, but to really validate that, if, like I said, if Paddock really committed this crime, you got a guy in a room with 23 high-powered weapons. Mm-hmm. There is no way Campos would have been dead.
Right. There's no way he's even walking off that.
If Paddock really shot through that door and unloaded a round, a magazine,
and anything hit him, he would know it.
He would have been dead or seriously injured.
Right.
There's just no way that. And for him to say a pellet,
yes,
through a peephole, come on.
Right. I know, but to me,
it just doesn't make any sense.
I think that somebody, Mandalay Bay staff, somebody I do believe had pellet guns or something that night, because they do get somebody over later on in the night with a pellet gun. And he's wearing a quote-unquote sash. And who wears sashes? Security that says security.
Mm-hmm.
So there is something to how it all fits in. I don't know, but to me, somebody was going around pinging some people with pellets. And I think, I don't know. And I think Jesus walked, got there at the wrong time. He wasn't supposed to be there, or he did something wrong. And it wasn't anything like he was killing anybody or anything, but, he just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, because he dropped down to the 31st floor after he couldn't get in to the 32nd floor, and then went to the elevators, and then went up to 32.
Right.
And then walked down that hallway.
Right. But remember, when he needed to go up to 32, he went to 30 and walked up to 32, which to me doesn't make sense. But then LVMPD wants you to believe that when he couldn't get through that door, that he went up to the 33rd floor. They never wanted you to know. I mean, it was like they did not want him on the 31st floor. They said, oh, no, he went up to the 33rd floor. Well,
but in his statement, he said he went down to 31.
Yes. But they kept trying to say that he went up and then came back down.
Right.
So everything surrounding him is screwy. But
but like I said about, when he mentioned about the cart, I think that's what they probably freaked out and said, you know what, this guy could blow everything, and we need to
I think you make a very good point there. I never thought about it like that, Matt. And then
I didn't think about it either until I was sitting there one day and looking at his statement, and keep playing it over in my head, and like, okay, well, if he wasn't asked about the cart and he just came forth with that information, with that statement, that's probably what happened.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then, when he did go on the Ellen, obviously that was very scripted. Like, she knew his story better than he knew his story.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then you got Shock, who was just over there like,
and like rubbing his back and that whole, it was very uncomfortable. Yeah, very uncomfortable, that was weird shit.
And that's why this whole thing happened, the whole MGM or the whole Ellen thing, because it was going to be scripted. And
and even like when she says, well, and so now he's given his statement, and he'll never, he's not going to do anymore. He's not going to talk about it again. And, like, really, like this, what? This is supposedly the largest mass shooting in modern American history. And nobody has to say crap about anything. I mean, it's just all backward.
Yeah, but if you got somebody that's volunteering information that you don't want them to volunteer or say anything about,
I mean, I know they shut him down.
That's why they're going to be concerned about it, because they don't want any information to get leaked out. Because if it did get leaked out, what if he said something else?
But to me, the L bracket, to me, actually, when I look at it, the way I look at it is knowing that Mandalay Bay Security put that damn L bracket on there. That's to me, that's a huge liability for MGM. And when they're explaining it, when Allsbury's explaining it to the first two officers, Beeson and Featherstone, Beeson turns it into, oh, he's barricaded in the room. And that's totally not even what Allsbury told him. But he just on a dime turned it into that, because I'm sure he's aware, like, that was a stupid freaking thing to do, blocking an exit like that. I mean, that's huge liability if you ask me.
Absolutely.
So I just like, how can these people just, I mean, they're not being honest, obviously.
Yeah, like I said, there's just so many. Every time you turn around or make a left or right turn, there's something that just red flag drops in front of you. It's like, okay, this isn't right.
Or another rabbit hole, and so on and on and on we go. But
so yeah, and then here we are, 21 months or whatever, however long it's been.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know how many months it's been, but it's been a few.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's going on 2 years, so it's getting there. And
how are you, like, do you have a lot of experience with rifles or anything like that?
No, I've never fired a gun, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. I fired guns, but
you don't have to be an expert to kind of, if you use your common sense and say, okay,
right.
It's like the ballistics, and if you see you ever watch the CSI shows like CSI New York, Miami?
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of them, but yeah, I'm kind of more into like the Dateline, NBC, don't leave your house like everybody's like a serial killer type stuff. But it's probably why I don't date, because I'm like, I'm sure they're a serial killer.
Lock your doors.
For me, like the latest, the FBI, and I have not even had a chance really to go back and look at all that stuff that they released, the FBI, the FOIA, this last stuff. But just perusing it, I mean, they took all the weapons to Quantico, and
ATF wasn't allowed to look at them or
ATF didn't look at them.
That's a little strange.
But what I find the most strange is, and this is like, I have not done the research, but this is what I've heard time and time again, that bump stocks aren't anything that people are like, oh yay, bump stocks. Typically they what's my word? Jam. They jam, or even the guns without bump stocks will jam.
Right.
And they made it like the whole purpose of him having, all these guns was, if they jam, like he could just go to the next one and he didn't have to, put a new magazine in and blah, 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 blah. Well, when you're looking at this latest information, none of that makes sense, because according to the FBI, they go to Quantico, and all 14 rifles that were supposedly used fired no problem. And, I can't remember how many of them supposedly had bump stocks on them. And that's the number one bitch about that, is that they jam and they're hard to use. And, they're just, it's just not something that you want to be doing.
Well,
so it's amazing to me that all these guns were fired and none of them ever jammed. None of them jammed.
Right. But also, if you look at those two chairs that were put together, like a bathtub.
Yeah,
there's no burn marks on there.
No.
And if those guns were actually used, like they said they were, there would have been burn marks on them.
Yeah. And there should have been, like I could go in that room and smoke a cigarette and you'd see the nicotine, the tar and nicotine on the wall. Like, there should have been like soot or
there's nothing.
The residue.
There's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And then when they breached the room, and then one guy was going over the window to see if it was broken.
Right.
You didn't hear him stepping on any glass.
No.
They didn't say, hey, watch your step. There's glass and bullets and stuff around there. They never mentioned that.
Yep. No, there's no crunchy glass. So, but, so like, I mean, I love the conversation that we're having, but then this is what makes me frustrated too. It's like, we know this, we know all the things or a lot of the things that don't make sense, but yet we can't figure out the thing that does make sense and what actually did happen. So to me, I find that very frustrating that,
I
okay,
know. I
he's
feel the same way,
discounting,
Edie.
this thing, and it drives me cuckoo, So,
Well, because you're sitting there thinking, all right, if this didn't happen, then what really happened?
right.
And then when you
right.
try to find out that information, you can't find anything on it. It's like it just eats at you. So I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
It just
Yes,
drives me
and
insane.
I'm seeing in the chat where, remember when Lombardo basically said, yes, that he planned to escape. So, okay, so in one instance, you're telling me that this guy put that bracket on that door, but in the next breath, you're telling me, oh, no, he had an escape plan. Well, so he just blocked his only way, really, to get out of there.
Right.
So, which, that's...
what was he going to jump out the window? I mean,
right? Is he well? I mean, he almost has to be Superman to do what they said he did.
Unless he had a jetpack in the room and we didn't know anything about it.
But, yeah. So yeah, but I called BS on that L bracket. I mean, I'm talking 2 months in, probably. I was calling BS on that. And to me,
I was calling on that a lot earlier than that. I was calling like the first week.
Yeah, I was like, it didn't even exist. Well, then I had to change my tune a little bit when the fit report came out, and I'm like, well, actually, that looks like photoshopped, or even like how the paint is pulled. Just like that shouldn't have pulled that paint off either, though. It's just weird. Like the doors are weird. The dummy door on 135 is a mess. That door is a mess. It's just like, and I guess I shouldn't, it's none of my business that some of these people can't freaking see that. But it is amazing to me that they can't see that, or they just don't want to see that. I think maybe it's they don't want to. I don't know, because it's like right there in your face. Right there in your face. Like, this is bullshit. This did not happen the way, we're telling you it happened. But, we're just going to jam it down your throat, repeat it, repeat, put it on repeat. And, that was one of the things with, for me, with Mary Lou. I mean, I would have told anybody for 4 months. She was in the Philippines. She wasn't there. She had nothing to do with it. I mean, I was hearing the scanner traffic and not even getting it because it was so ingrained in me that she was in the Philippines that I didn't even realize when I first heard the scanner traffic of them getting her that was her. Because I was like, she was in the Philippines. Well, first I remember going to work and saying, because originally he said she was in Tokyo, I believe. And I was
she was Tokyo or Japan or somewhere.
Yeah. She had nothing to do with it. She was in Tokyo. Well, then it was like, oh no, she was in the Philippines. And, so they did a really good job and a really big blitz that first couple of weeks of, even though there was inconsistencies and they had to change the timeline and stuff, hitting those major points and repeating them often enough that, it just really got kind of downloaded into our brains, and it was hard for me personally to think anything but what they were telling us, because they just kept telling us the same things.
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, I didn't know anything about the Mary Lou Danley thing until you came out with these videos.
Oh, really? Oh.
And
yeah,
then, I don't know if it was you or somebody else came out with a video. I think, well, maybe it was you. I don't know. I can't remember. I've seen so many videos.
I did a lot on Mary Lou, so.
Yeah, I think it was you, because I think you were playing the scanner traffic on your live stream that you had. And I was listening to it, and when they said that they have somebody in custody over at the gas station, I went, oh man. And then seeing the Hyundai Tucson pull behind Paddock's minivan, it's like, I mean, come on. It's right there in plain view.
Well, when they, they're like, okay, we're going to stop, you stop looking for the female, but you still need to be looking for the Hyundai because, and I will swear to this day that she was driving Paddock's van. I've always said that. But, to me, that was a kicker. But then when the PDFs came out, and it is clear as a bell, female in custody, Mandalay Bay and Luxor Drive, which, I mean, I already knew that. And then we had the body-worn camera where the officers are like, yeah, they got her. They got her. And, yeah, they did. They got her and they turned her over to the FBI. She wasn't arrested, to my knowledge. She was taken into custody. She was not arrested. And she was turned over to the FBI. And then they went on their little Mary Lou memory hole. You're going to forget that we even said that she was even around. We're going to make her be in the Philippines. So once I realized that, I'm like, this is a big deal. This is a big deal for them. And I don't know quite how they did it, but, to make it look like she was coming back. I mean, there was just enough time to get her over there and get her back by the time. Now, did they just keep, I don't know.
Well, the FBI can do whatever they want, and they can make it look like it's real, and it's not.
Yep, I did see your video last night, Pastor, and I have that article. I think mine's the New York Post, but that was, I've been sitting on that for I don't know how long, but it was it's gonna be in my next part. But I'm glad you got it out there. But yeah, and because there was she was sitting in the van, on the corner at the gas station kind of during the shooting, almost. Well, I think, and then there's a dispatch call that somebody called in and said, we noticed this suspicious looking person sitting in this van, at that time or around that time. And so, and I go back and forth on her being FBI. I don't know. That's one thing I won't just come out and say she was FBI asset, but it almost seems like it kind of almost seems like she was, but yet I don't have any real proof of that. But
right. Well, and then that whole thing that came out, like she was trying to apply for something, right, and she had put down that she works for the FBI.
Yeah, and I'm like,
is that really true or not? I don't know.
I go, would you really put that on your loan? I mean, I don't know. That's another thing that I just I don't know about that. But one thing I can say with confidence that I believe, based on the evidence that I have found, is that she was very much there that night. And whether you like it or not, I think just the fact that they tried to make her not be there, whatever her involvement was, that's a big deal. That is a huge deal to me, because she would know more than she knows a hell of a lot more than we'll ever know. She knows what happened. She would know. So
yeah, she holds the key to a lot of information.
Right, I think, and how she just gets to walk away from whatever this was, and whatever it was affected many, 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 many people. I mean, whatever.
Well, it killed 58 people and injured, well over 500.
It affected a ton of people.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
even me, how many miles away, I mean, so not that I was injured or anything, but, so
it's really weird because when this first happened, I kind of put myself in the situation as like a victim of this shooting, like a survivor, but I got shot and
right
for like a week. It was weird, but it kind of freaked me out. Because it's like, man, you just really try to get a feel for what these people are going through and all the trauma,
right?
And post-traumatic stress disorder and all that. I mean, it's real stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody that was injured in this ordeal, but
now, are you? And I don't, if you're not comfortable answering this, but are you out in that area of the country or not?
Where, out in Vegas, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Illinois. I'm in the Chicago area.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't need to tell me that, but for some reason I thought you were in Vegas. But
no.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Midwesterner.
Okay, just
I've
like
been
me.
all my life.
Me too.
Just in a different state. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just, and it's had an impact, a huge impact, on our whole nation, really. And I want to know what the frick happened. And like, that's the thing with my thing with Mary Lou. People are like, oh, you get a thing for Mary Lou. Well, yeah, because it pisses me off, because I know that she knows stuff and she just gets a free pass. She just gets to walk and look at all the havoc and all the trauma and all the shit that night created for how many people. And she is just bebopping around California shopping like nothing freaking happened. That upsets me.
Yeah.
That's why.
Me too.
That's why I just, once I realized, oh shit, she wasn't in the Philippines. She was there that night. So, I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. And and then I'll never forget one of my videos on her. That was the first time, and we talked about this person briefly before, but Alan Dion was like, you are mentally ill, you need to be hospitalized. I mean, he made comments on that video that were just, horrendous. Like, I am like mentally ill. He probably called me a drunk. I don't know, called me every name in the book, right? And I was just like, what in the hell? Who is this guy? Like, because I had no previous experience on YouTube, and I had never made a video in my life, so I just learned all this and like did the best I could. And, he would just be horrible. And then one time we actually agreed on one thing on somebody else's video, and it was kind of funny. And he left me alone for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I don't know something happened, and he started in on me again. And he was the first person I ever blocked. I was like, you know what, dude, I do not have to deal with you. So I'm not going to, because, I understand that not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's fine. And,
yeah, but to say those kind of things to people is like,
right. You can do it. Don't attack me personally, and if you have some, don't just be like, no, you're mentally ill. Like, say, well, this is why I think this or whatever. I totally respect that. And if you're respectful, I have no problem with that.
Right.
I don't expect everybody to agree with me by any stretch of the imagination. But when you just come in and you're, you're mentally ill and you need to be hospitalized, and, no, that shit's ridiculous. And, that's what he did from day one. And so I think he has mellowed out a bit, and I'm not a fan of his at all.
Neither am I. Alan and I don't get along very well. He's made some comments to me, and I've made some comments back to him. Right. So.
Because he's just like the asinine shit with the door. Oh yeah. So then the officers were walking over. I'm sure, Alan. So you think it's just fine for the officers to be walking all over that freaking evidence, you moron? But yet, he's like, Alan Dion's correct, No, he's not. But, he's like the least of my problems at this point. But sometimes when you read stuff like that, you're like, are you freaking kidding me? I have a real problem with people that just, I try to be careful in what I say, and be have the evidence or the reasoning to back it up. I don't just throw shit out there and say it to say it.
Oh, neither do I.
To try to make people believe me. And so
I think in the beginning I probably did, but then the more this is my first time investigating something like this.
Yeah,
I've never done this before. And
mine too. So I had
as time progressed, I started realizing, hey, you got to do it this way and not that way.
Right. I just,
be careful what you say, and when you're going to say something, make sure you can back it up.
Right. I've always tried to be, careful with what I put out there, and try to, have stuff to back it up with. But sometimes you get on a tangent and you're like, oh my gosh, and you think you found something and you're like, oops, I'm sorry, but it's not anything intentional, or like the times that I've screwed up, I'm like, hey, I was wrong about that or whatever. But I see the people that just are constantly out there just throwing stuff, out of their mouths that's, it's not true. That bothers me.
Yeah, I totally understand. It can get frustrating.
Yeah.
There are times where I've taken a step back and say, okay, I need to take a little bit of a break, and then I come back to it, and then
right. I've done that too. Like, just I'm gonna watch the British baking show for a couple weeks. Not gonna worry about this stuff, because it can get to you for sure.
Yeah, it does. Especially when you're thinking about it 24/7. It's like, okay, I've thought about this enough. Yeah. I've got other things in my life going on that I need to tend to as well.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
My life has to go on, but we're doing this.
Yeah. So do you have any idea what your topic might be with Paladin, or you guys throwing anything around?
I have no idea what's going on.
Like I said, it's going to be two good voices for sure. We know that. And then the rest is going to be bonus. So that's cool. I think that'll be good, whatever you guys end up doing. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really, I've never spoken with him before.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched his live streams, and with you, and because I know he's been on his live streams a few times with KL.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah. Yep, he's a good dude.
I'm looking forward to it.
Should be interesting. Yeah, I am too.
Hopefully, we're looking to maybe possibly do it Friday. I mean, it's an email to him about Friday, so I haven't heard back from him yet. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Is there any particular part of this that you tend to key in on more so, or that interests you more, or how do you investigate or do your research typically?
Oh boy. Well, looking at the body cams and looking at the fit reports and all the other things that have come in, I kind of base my research off of that. And then, watching live streams and trying to gather information from that, and
right,
sifting through all of it and saying, okay, where do I go from here?
Right.
Is this could possibly make sense. This doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah. You got to rule it in, rule it out.
Well, I don't go to that extreme.
Now, come on. Every good investigator, that's what you got to do. You got to rule it in, you got to rule it out. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't.
I couldn't pass that
I'm
one
not.
up.
I know who we're talking about. I just don't plan on naming any names. That's all. I'm trying to stay out of that garbage. And,
oh yeah, you want to stay far away from that, but
yeah,
I couldn't.
I've seen and heard enough of it. I just know I'm just like, okay, I don't want to.
I mean, have you done videos or no?
I've done one video and it addressed the drama that was going on, and it was back in April.
Oh, okay. But you've never done.
No, but I am planning on doing some stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool. I think that would be good.
Well, now that I'm getting more, getting into the live streams here I'm not doing the live streams, but,
Right. But being on them.
But being on them, I think I can have something to offer,
Yeah, for sure.
Because you never know. I mean, there's so much information out there. I mean, yeah. Right. Do we believe it all? No. Do we? Right. I mean, everything that comes out, especially like the FIT reports, not even a day and a half into it, people were already saying, okay, this doesn't look right. That doesn't look right, blah, blah, blah. And then when the second FIT report came out, it was even worse.
The final report. Yeah.
And in between with the body cameras and, other footage, and there was some other documents released, and, there's just so much that just doesn't, you don't know.
It's almost like sometimes I'm like, they just made it such a mess intentionally so that we can never figure it out. I mean, some days that's what I feel like.
But, right. No, I understand that. But here's the thing that really bothers me is that, okay, if you're going to push this narrative and these people are 100% certain that it was Stephen Paddock, wouldn't you have all your shit together and put stuff in the report to make it look like it was true?
Right.
Instead of having, okay, why is there a gun over the guy's leg? Why did they move the door that allegedly had the bullet holes in? Why did they move that into the bedroom? That doesn't make, they were moving evidence and stuff where they shouldn't have touched it at all. They should have just left it there because they're going to contaminate it.
Right. Yeah,
they're going to compromise that because if it ever goes to court, here we are.
There was just like, there was just, I'm like, is that how they do it out in Las Vegas? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how things work here. I'm pretty sure that's probably not how things work in Illinois either. So,
there's, because that's something.
But yet I feel like they feel like they're bulletproof. They're like, this is what we're saying happened. And what are you going to do about it? Screw you. I think it's like a big F you to us.
Right. But also I was thinking, what if it happened here in the Chicago area, like in downtown Chicago, like Lollapalooza? That is a big fest.
Which supposedly was a target.
Well, supposedly.
Yeah.
And it could have happened because where it's located, there are hotels right there. And
I've been to Chicago.
So it could happen. It's not that it couldn't, but there would be so many more people because I think it's a 4-day event, and I think over 100,000 people.
I'm gonna say I think it's usually like 100,000. It's big. So I don't know. And I don't buy the getting back of the casino shit for 1 minute. That is, he did it to get back at the casino.
No, he paid off all his debts that he owed.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I'm like, well, I wouldn't have paid him off,
But, if he was really that ticked off at the casinos, I think he would have not paid those debts. And because they're making this guy, they're making him look out to be something that he possibly isn't. I just don't.
Right.
And then,
I mean, like I said, do I think that he's totally innocent in everything? No. I
no,
think he
I don't believe
was
so either.
involved somehow, some way. But do I think that he did what they said he did? No, I do not.
No, there's
I
just
do
nothing
not.
to
There's
back that
no
up.
evidence that shows me that either. So.
And why are they afraid to bring out the ballistic evidence? Because there is none.
I don't know. But see, now that leads me to, if there's no ballistics, then how, I mean, the people that are deceased, how did they become deceased? We have no ballistics. And if there isn't ballistics, then what the hell happened?
Well, there's a video that came out the end of last month, I believe. It's from Chris Thompson.
I know Chris. I mean, I don't know him, but I don't.
He was actually
because what I've seen of Chris, and this is just what I've seen of Chris, is that he usually just mirrored other people's.
Well, yeah, he was marrying somebody, John Hoover's, because John Hoover's doing those podcasts now.
Yeah.
And in one of those videos that he mirrored, I thought it was very interesting, actually.
Of Hoover's?
Yeah.
Oh, see, and
now,
it's not.
I know some people. I know the whole helicopter thing. Some people think it's a bunch of garbage.
Well,
some people think it's real.
I don't know, because
I don't know either. But from the things that he was saying, kind of made sense to me. Now, I could be totally wrong, but
I just can't. Personally can't take Hoover himself. So I just can't do it. I don't watch his stuff just because, of his, like, I've seen his snarky comments and just the way he does things. And
yeah, well, people at first, I wasn't a fan of Hoover either. And then I started watching some of his videos, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right. And I tried in the beginning, and I just was like, okay.
And some of the things are making sense. And then when he came out with these podcasts, it kind of went into more depth. So if you watch something like that, maybe it might change your mind. Maybe you'll understand it more. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I try. Like, if I watch his stuff, I have to watch it with no volume, because I can't listen to that damn song. I mean, that's just like mind numbing to me, No,
I understand it. I mean, he'll start out doing that, but then he'll stop, and then he'll do the podcast.
Right. And then there's an interesting thing that I did find, because sometimes when people think, hey, you need to see this or whatever, they'll message me, and I'll go check it out.
Right.
And there was something about MLD, and watching his video, okay. And he just leaves it at that, whatever. Doesn't give it any context or anything. Well, there's more to that body cam than what he showed. There's more said regarding her than what he showed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, holy shit, that's taking me in a little bit different direction with her too, where there's another possibility. So that kind of pisses me off that, number one, he didn't link the body cam. So I had to, I'm like, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? Well, I believe it was in the last release. And by that time, I was like, I am freaking over these bodies. I have had a body full of body-worn camera. Like, I just had kind of stopped, I just didn't get through that last batch. And it was in that. And I was like, oh, son of a gun. So there was more to it. So that's kind of things that kind of make me a little upset sometimes. But, I don't bash him. I don't go over there and write crappy comments. I unsubbed him. And typically, like I said, if he does do something and people think that I, like, hey, maybe you should check that out, I will. But other than that,
and you should check it out and see what
his podcast. I think are his podcasts over, like, going over his old videos, or?
Well, some of them, well, most of them, yeah, but
Okay.
but he goes more in the depth about things, because, you know, in the videos that he was doing, he wasn't talking at all.
No.
This time he talks, you hear his voice, and
which I've heard him before when he's been on, like, Jason Goodman.
Right. Yeah, but he goes in more depth on things, and when you listen to it, you may get a better understanding of it.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll try to check it out.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, I will. I can do that. You know, I'm not going to say that I'll be able to.
If there's somebody I don't like, fine, but I can still listen to them. I can still watch their videos.
Right.
If they're
right.
If they have something to offer,
Yeah. So, yeah.
You got to give people a chance.
Yeah. I did before, and I'll check it out every once in a while, and maybe I'll check out this podcast thing, but, I'm not going to pay to listen to his podcast. I will tell you that much.
No. These were mirrored. So
yeah. And I noticed that the other day. I was like, oh, well, maybe I will try to catch that one. So yeah, I mean, I can see what he has to say, but, and he did find that where they were talking about, where they mentioned Mary Lou, and then when I actually found the body cam, there's a little bit more to it. But yeah, I can check him out. I'm not gonna, I can give it a chance, that's for sure. But I probably will never be a fan of his, that's for sure. Just personally wise, just because, like I said, the way I see him, talk to people in comments, and just that was just like, that really just turned me off. So
no, I understand where you're coming from, and that's not right that people. I'm sorry, Jay Gunderson. I didn't mean to.
Oh, Jay. Don't say. I mean, if he didn't say he actually liked him, and that he was, like, all about Hoover. He just said,
"No, I'm not all about Hoover. I'm not all about anybody. I'm just trying to find out what happened on October 1st, 2017, in Las Vegas, Nevada, with the Route 91 concert.
Right.
That's my goal. That's what this community's for. And that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Whoever's left.
Yeah. And I mean, who knows when someday I might just be like, okay, I don't know where else to go with this, and I'm done. I don't know. But, nobody can fault anybody for still being here, or really even for walking away. I don't think at this point.
Right.
You have to do what you have to do personally, and how you feel. So, I'm not gonna badmouth anybody for walking away. I'm not gonna badmouth anybody really even for still being here, other than people that say that they have it all figured out. If you have it all figured out, then bless you. Be on your way. Go figure something else out.
Right.
And,
I don't have this all figured out by any means.
Right.
I'm not even close.
I don't. So I'm still here, and I would like to continue trying to figure this stuff out. But
and I have a feeling we're going to be figuring this stuff out for a long, long time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, and I have never been involved in anything like this before.
Neither have I. This is my first time.
Shit, I believed what the news was telling me until 18 months ago. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say that, but that's how I was raised, and I was like, oh, well, that's what they said, so that must be what it is. I was a very, very naive, very naive. So this opened my eyes to a whole lot of things. And actually I was like, damn, that old saying, ignorance is bliss. Well, it really is, because, now that I understand probably the depths of the wrongness in this, it's scary. It scared me, and it makes me worry about, I have young adult children. I have a beautiful little granddaughter. I don't want something like this to happen to any one of them.
Right.
And if we don't figure out what the heck did happen, they're going to, have a free pass to do it again, because who's to stop them and what's to stop them? So that's kind of, how
what really got me involved in this is, of course you hear it on the news and, it's plastered all over the place, but then a person who I used to hang out with on the Google Hangouts before it became YouTube, he was doing a live stream and he had mentioned something about the Vegas shooting, saying, I don't know, something just doesn't seem right about it. Mm-hmm. And so I went and I checked it out and I started looking at all of the video, and I saw the first video I saw was the Raymond Page video.
Oh.
And I must have watched that thing probably 20 times.
Uh-huh.
Over and over again. And I'm like, I'm not seeing any muzzle flash. I'm not seeing anything.
Right.
And from that point forward, that's why I've been doing this. I just, there just something didn't seem right.
Well, for me, I know, like, I remember going to work that Monday morning and, I was like, yeah, that's weird. That old guy, like, this is weird, but I'm like, well, that's what they said. So it's this old guy named Stephen Paddock who, killed 58 people or 59, who knows what it was then.
Yeah.
And oh no, his girlfriend had nothing to do with it. She was in Tokyo, and I went about my day. I went about my day, and then, as the days progressed, I'm just like, man, that just then. Oh, she was in the Philippines. Okay, well, they said she was in the Philippines. Okay, whatever. But it just, something didn't sit right with me, and then I'll never forget. I don't even know how I found it, because I had never watched any of his stuff before. And don't judge me on this, but it was a Charles Walton video, and I don't know if you know. He's not.
I know he's not on anymore, but
yeah. But it was one of his videos I watched before I went to work one day, and he just was questioning things, and I'm like, well, yeah, what if, what if this or what if that? And that's when it really, like, I don't know, like, I got stung by the Las Vegas shooting bug or whatever, because after that, it was like, it was on. I started watching every video, reading anything I could. And then I subscribed to Broadcastify to get all the archived scanner traffic. And I remember probably midway through November and December of 2017, like, I would listen to God knows how many hours of scanner traffic I listened to. I mean, that's all I did was listen to scanner traffic, to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, like, I need to leave my house. I need to, talk to people. I need to, other than but at work, I would listen to it on my way to work. I would listen to it at lunchtime. Anytime I could. That's all I did for months, it seemed like. But
you were obsessed with it because it was bothering you,
Yeah.
And what really bothered me was I was starting to question things like a couple days after, because I was watching something on the news and they were talking about, they were showing a diagram of the rooms. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that he was running back and forth
right
from room to room. And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, this guy is 64 years old and he's running back and forth from, wouldn't you think you would get pretty tired from doing that?
Right. Yeah. And, they're saying he was doing this for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And, everybody and everything, it would always be prefaced with like, but, in this case, it's, like, it doesn't apply in this case. It's weird, or it just didn't follow any of the, quote unquote patterns, and probably patterns that they want us to see, obviously, I believe, in these types of situations. He, no matter how hard they tried, he just does not fit.
No.
Into,
he doesn't dress the part of a person that would actually commit this type of crime.
He doesn't. no. And I mean, how many mass shooters have live-in girlfriends? I mean, typically they don't have a significant other. I don't believe
they have mental issues and
right that are pretty well, documented on some level or known on some level. I mean, it just like nothing fits with this guy. Nothing.
Right. Well, another interesting thing was I downloaded some information from I can't remember where I got it from. Oh, Jake Morphonios' website. Mm-hmm. It was the kid that did the Sandy Hook shooting, Adam Lanza.
Mm-hmm.
They had a 114-page report on his life. Everything about him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going through that now, and it's crazy. Yeah. They've got 114, a 114-page report on this kid who's had, he's had autism and had all these other issues.
Mm-hmm.
But you got this mass shooting, the worst mass shooting in history, and you got nothing on this guy.
Right.
You can't even produce. Right. You produce a little 2.5 page of something, or really nothing.
Right.
And it's just that's probably the biggest red flag right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and even, who's the guy that interviews Lombardo? I want to say George Knapp, but I think George Knapp. I think. Local yokel out there. But he starts off that interview with Lombardo with, like, yeah, it's almost like he's a spook, right? I mean, it's like, there's nothing about this guy. We know nothing about him. And it was just funny to me the way he said it, because it's like, yeah, almost. It seems like this guy's a spook. Like, there's, it's weird. But that's one thing. And I do need to look at those darn FBI docs, because I believe I saw something in there that says that he was employed through 1998 in some type of government job. And I always thought it was like his last real quote unquote work history was like 88 at Lockheed Martin, or whoever it was before Lockheed bought him out. But
yeah.
That's a 10-year difference. To me, that's
well, but then he was also doing all that real estate.
Right. But this I feel like it stated that he worked for I can't remember what it said, but it was government until 1998. So I was like, what? But so I need to go back and I need to really get into those docs and look at them good, but I haven't.
Do you remember when Eric Paddock, the day after the shooting, Eric Paddock was standing out in his front yard with the media?
Yes.
And he was mentioning, saying all the good things about his brother. His brother made lots of money. He took care of us. Like I was able to retire because of Steve and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's got to start saying bad things about his brother, like, or why his brother was mad at the casinos and this and that and everything else.
Right. Because now he says he knew that right away. Like, oh yeah, he knew that's, yep, he was mad at the casinos, blah, blah. No, that's not what he was saying day one.
Right.
No. Right.
So I'm going by what he said on day one, on October 2nd.
Right. Because now he is a part of the, narrative. And I always thought, because I was like, if I was Eric Paddock, I'd be screaming at the top of my lungs that, hey, my brother didn't do this. But it was like day 2. Yep. It was Steve. He did it all by himself. Nobody helped him. That was weird too, because he totally flipped. I felt he totally flipped within 24 hours. He flipped.
FBI, I think, was on him.
I do too. But
I have a feeling he's on a tight leash with the FBI.
He says, I swear, he says in one part, and I think it was from the first day, he says, I don't know what was going on. I don't know. Why didn't he come to me? I'm a fixer. I fixed things for a living. I was a fixer. That's what he says. And I always thought that was weird. I was a fixer. I fixed things for a living. Like a good old, almost like a mobbish type statement, or to that effect. It was just a really odd statement, I thought, because he's like, why didn't he come to me? I can fix things. I was a fixer.
So anybody know what Eric Paddock did?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I've never heard anything about what,
I thought maybe he was like into software, or Eric Paddock said that discerning light. He said I fixed things. I was a fixer. And to me, it came off with a like he could get things done type thing. I don't know. It was just, to me, it stood out as a strange statement. Not that, anything that Eric doesn't say is a little out there, but
it kind of reminds me of the scene in Pulp Fiction. Did you ever see Pulp Fiction?
It's been so long ago. I don't know.
The scene when John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson are in the car, and they have the kid in the back seat, and John Travolta had the gun pointed at him, and they hit a bump, and the gun goes off and shoots the kid in the head, and there's blood and brain everywhere. Mm-hmm. And they go to a buddy's house, and his buddy calls Harvey Keitel, and he comes over and fixes everything.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
maybe it was something like that. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Be wishful thinking, but
to me, I mean, it was just weird because he's like, why didn't he come to me? I can fix things. I was a fixer. I'm like, what? Eric Paddock just said that? That's weird. But so Monster Pants said she heard that too, and she thought it was very weird wording, odd wording. But yeah, I still to this day I don't know what Eric Paddock did or does or whatever. I mean, it's just this little weird. It's a little weird, but I felt like, I mean, the first day is like, I have no idea. And then the next day I was like, yep, he did it. He did it all by himself. Nobody helped him. I mean, it was pretty blatant to see the change in what he was saying, within 24 hours. So,
yeah, it was just,
and I mean, I felt bad for him, but sometimes now, I mean, after when he was running with Turber and doing some of the crap he did and kind of his attitude, now I'm like, maybe I don't feel that bad for you, dude, but I don't know. To me, at this point, he's a distraction, I think.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I don't put much weight into what he says, because I think he was, he's either being forced or paid to say, he's saying what he needs to say. And it's probably not necessarily the truth. Mm-hmm. So,
well, like I said, he's on a tight leash with the FBI. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Some people might believe otherwise, but that's what I think. So.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to say, not everybody works at Taco Bell. You'd be condescending kind of a-hole. Like, what? They think everybody works at Taco Bell? I'm here to tell you, not everybody works at Taco Bell. And Steve would fly to Japan for sushi or wherever. Like, okay, whatever.
I don't know how people can eat that stuff.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Ugh. I tried it once and almost threw up. I
won't even. I'm just like, no, thank you. I just have no need for that in my life. So
no, I don't.
No, I'm good.
Not me. I mean, I like seafood. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like that.
Okay, well, so now my experiment that I put an end time on my live stream. Mm-hmm. Well, That was at 2:30, and it's now 3:30. So it doesn't shut you down or anything. We know that, but I think we probably should get ready to be going, because I promised myself that I would not be on here till 4 or 5 o'clock. But I mean, fine. I can't. I wasn't. Then I was like, I'm going to pay attention to time. Well, no, get talking, and just time flies. So, well, I appreciate you coming on, and I am sorry.
Well, I appreciate you having me. Yeah, I don't know what was going on here on my end. I kept saying that I'm gonna have to look at this computer and find out what's going on here.
Yeah, that was weird. I
never had that problem.
It was probably me, so I apologize. But I'm glad that TB came in and rescued us. So
thank God.
I appreciate that.
I was getting frustrated.
Yeah, so it's like, I can't hear you, Matt.
Well, that's all right. At least we got it.
I'm looking forward to your live with Paladin, and
whenever that comes about, that'll be great. Yeah. So.
And I appreciate everybody here in the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I know a lot of us got a few good laughs today, but I'll have to go back and watch that to to get the full effect, apparently. But
do your job, Connor.
Connor, do your job. I mean, come on. Jeez. And I need to find the rest of that body.
I've never seen that. I want to see it just so I get a laugh out of it.
Oh my gosh. I said, Connor, do your job. Right there in briefing. Told him, do your job, Connor. So funny.
Oh, God.
But anyway,
what they have to put up with.
I appreciate you guys, and I know I say this every live stream, but gosh darn it, I need to get my Mary Lou Danley stuff finished up. Have to do that, and I really need to look at those FBI docs that I found that I haven't really even looked at yet. So.
No, I actually looked at through a few of those. I mean, I really didn't have a whole lot of time to look through it all, but I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some stuff.
Looks like there's some pretty good stuff in there.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff. I mean, there's some stuff. I mean, some of the stuff. Granted, we have seen some of that stuff before,
but there's a lot of witness statements in there that haven't been made public until this. So that looks like some pretty interesting information.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot more redactions in this too.
Yes, there is. Yeah, and
that's kind of bothersome.
Like O'Donnell's statement, page 1, page 12,
right,
page 19.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was helpful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, thanks so much, Matt, and we'll talk to you soon, probably either in a live or in chat somewhere. And I appreciate you coming on and sticking it out.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Figured out. So, good night, Pats, Little Monster Pants, KL, Miss Dawn, Jake Gunderson. You stay out of trouble, girl. Don David, I don't think you're still here, but thank you for coming on. And I know I'm probably missing Pastor Mo. You guys are awesome. I needed this today because, like I said, I was on the struggle bus all day. So I think I feel better now, and hopefully I'll be able to concentrate tomorrow, or today, I should say, and maybe get some work done. So, all right, guys, I'll see you soon. Take care. And to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day tomorrow, or today, I should say.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Have a good one, guys. I'm going to be shutting her down if I can figure it out. Oops. All right. Thanks, guys.